Well, hello. Hold on, I have to make sure this is somewhat a little bit more. Really, Tina? Has someone tried calling me? Oh dear. You guys are so funny. Okay, hello, hello. It's Fiery Grace the Gifted. Today, there are some individuals having a fireworks show out in my community, which is actually kind of more dangerous than it might be anywhere else because of all the trees we have, as well as all the wildlife. So, my pup has been freaking out for the first time ever because they're literally like right outside. So, I was just dealing with that, getting everything set up. So, I am ready to go now. I'm so glad that you guys were here. Hopefully, you were able to enjoy the chat a little bit. And this is going to be, I think, a very transformative reading for many of you because of what clarity you're going to receive. I don't think just from tonight, but the patterns, the thought, the train of thought is going to shift so tremendously that I can't explain it. I just have a feeling for many of you, not just one or two, but many of you, that this is going to change your life. But you're going to have to let it. And I think that if you feel like when I said that, you're like, oh, please, you should just go now because there may be some things that you're just not meant to hear today. And I would not want to ruin the message that I'm sure will come for you in the future. I don't want it to be planted now on this, as I was thankfully reminded, on this fallow ground that you may have right now, these bitter waters. I don't want you to get a taste of this, and then later when you hear it, automatically regress to this moment and think, oh, I already know that. No. So if that sounds just too far fetched, go ahead and find something else to watch. See if there's a fireworks display in your area or something. But I am going to bless and shuffle. I'm only going to show you the energies for this deck here. So please do feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Again, it's Fiery Grace the Gifted, and we're here with a reading specifically about the 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 full moon eclipse, the lunar eclipse that's occurring in Capricorn. We've got also the Sirius portal or gateway. There is so much happening, and it's really important that you allow yourself to feel this. You allow yourself to really take this in. Whatever messages come through, you might be triggered not even by what I say, but something might come into your mind and you might want to push it out. Go with that flow, okay? So let me go ahead and shuffle. And before we start, I want you to pick a number if you want to. If you don't want to, no problem. But I noticed that even when I say it, people sometimes are like, can you not do that? Because I don't like pick a cards. Listen, if you don't like pick a cards and you cannot stop yourself from picking a number whenever I offer that, you're probably supposed to pick a number, okay? So pick a number between one, or not between, pick a number 1, 2, or 3, okay? Before we even start, all right? Okay. Let me move this stuff. There we go. Mm. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nope. Okay. We'll do that again. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll show you. I wasn't going to show you, but I'll show you. It's the Queen of Swords. Oh man. Some of you know a little bit about the Four of Swords. If you don't worry. Don't worry about that. But some of you already do, and you'll get that message. Where are you guys at? What time is it where you are? let's check in. Let's just see where we're at right now. What needs to be brought to the surface in this moment, okay? So we do have the Queen of Swords. This is about our decision making. This is clearing away all that no longer serves you. What are the odds that around a full moon, that typically we think about a full moon as like a spotlight, you know, kind of shining down on one thing. But I see more like, what are those? Are those called pot lights? I think they're called pot lights. The ones where you have them like in the ceiling and they add like lighting to a room, but they're in the ceiling. I can't explain it. The ambiance is very different than what you might see with a light fixture that hangs down. And so I see less of a spotlight and almost like the house lights are being turned on. Okay. House lights in like an auditorium, a playhouse. So it's interesting that we have decisions to make, that we have to clear things away. And in order to allow us to do that, the lights have all come on for us. Seeing the humor in a situation, no longer looking at things in a space of darkness. And it's almost what was that? In Harry Potter, there's I think it's Professor Lupin teaches the kids to, was it a boggart? I can't remember the creature, but there's a creature that is scary and it senses your greatest fears. And the way that you fight this creature is you picture the creature or your fear as something funny. Okay. It's actually funny because Professor Lupin's fear was the moon and he turned it into a balloon and was like, so anyways, seeing the humor, it's shifting the perspective. It's fighting the good fight in spite of the fact that something might have come up that is like your greatest fear. I have a sense right now, it just hit me like a brick, like one single brick, like, okay. One brick is fine. I don't need a whole ton, but it did. One brick. You know why? Because it's the common theme for many people. You know what their fear is? What if I'm crazy? What if union will never happen? What if, this was supposed to be the point where I came into union and now it's not happening? Does that mean that it'll never happen? I'll leave that there. If you're feeling that, maybe type the number 7. Let's just type the number 7 if you're in the chat. Okay. So this is turning that moment of fear, that moment where you're met face to face with this feeling of, oh no, everything's going to go wrong. Where you take a step back and you laugh at yourself. Because the truth is, that if you are a twin flame, or if you believe that you have a soulmate, or if you believe that you have a soul tie positive, a soul contract positive again, if you believe all these things are true, then fear shouldn't get in the way of that. Fear shouldn't stop you. And you've had these moments already before where you kind of laugh at yourself and go, oh my goodness, how did I let it get that far? So it's just interesting that we have the spotlight or the house lights up so that we can see everything. And we're being asked to look at things from another perspective and maybe even laugh it off a little bit. You know, that moment where there's that comic relief, that moment where someone breaks the tension with something really, really funny and everyone's like, thank God. That's what's happening today for you. That's what's happening right now for you. So let's keep going. You guys should know that I'm also a comedian, so that's not, maybe I'll help with that. I know the one thing I always get is my readings are funny. Let's find out. What do we have here? So this is going to talk about the full moon. Whoa, look at this. Now, we've got the queen who has a crystal ball. Oh, the 10 of, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's wild. Sorry, that's just wild though. We've got the queen who has the crystal ball, right? We see this beautiful, powerful unicorn, this magic. Oh, it's beautiful. And then we see what? The eye. Some of you might even believe in the all-seeing eye. Some of you believe it's time to open your third eye, open your third eye chakra. That's indigo, right? Some of you are indigo children. You really identify with this, and you can even see, even in the colors here, this higher level sight. Okay. So this is interesting. It says, when I lean, this is wild. It says, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Oh man, this is beautiful. This is incredible. Is it 11:11? This is wild. This is wild. Okay. You know what I say that too? Because we have a queen. It's 10 of Pentacles is underneath. That's 11. And then we have this single eye. And so right now I already kind of see this whole like 11 things happening right now. Now this is going to be about the lunar eclipse part of this. Okay. So, oh wow, the dragonflies. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. Again, we have something really incredible showing up already, just energetically speaking. We have not even touched individual messages for, what we're looking into this evening, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time it is for you all around the world. But we see what? Good feeling thoughts. Why is that a big deal? Because this full moon is about releasing negativity, fear. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. This is changing your thoughts to, or even your words to thank you instead of please help me. Please. No, it's like, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source, spirit, guides, whoever, whatever you pray to. Adonai in the house over here. I thank God right now. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to come together. I mean, we're literally in the middle. Right now, the eclipse has begun just a few minutes ago, and I get to be here with you guys doing it. Do you understand? That's a big deal. That's amazing to me. Thank you. Instead of saying, oh, please, hopefully everything works out with my life. I don't do that anymore. I want you to take a moment, make a little mental note. I will no longer ask, because I understand that by thanking as I speak out, that my request is in the thanking. I don't have to ask. I understand asking ye shall receive. Sure. But as I say thank you, I am asking. So I don't have to feel this sense of lack. It's about abundance, my ability to receive. You want to know what's amazing? This Capricorn eclipse is all about abundance. This is about you inviting abundance in. Oh, I see some people saying thank you. Say thank you again. Say thank you right now for something you believe that is already on the way to you. Say thank you. Maybe someone else will read what you say and it'll trigger them to say thank you for the same thing because they were too afraid to think it was even possible for them. Thank you for those of you who share positive, beautiful, enlightening things in the chat. Thank you for that. I read, I know you guys might not know this, but I go back and I watch my readings and I go through the chat just so I can feel like I'm a part of it because I hate not being able to see it. Being able to see some of the things that you guys share is incredible. And what we see right now is if we shift and we recalibrate and we start to think positive, think good things, things that make us feel good just to think about it, that increases our capacity to receive blessings and miracles. Let's look at the gateway. This is going to be for the Sirius portal, for the Sirius gateway. Wow. So I have been getting the sense of the emergence, but now I see we're emerging so that we can embark. Wow, embarking on an adventure. I savor the wonders of the world. Now, you know what's crazy? We have the world. This person is holding a globe-like thing, okay, spherical obelisk. I'm just making up words. So this person is holding something, and I'm getting this sense of Capricorn, Saturn, Capricorn energy, really, really strong for some reason. We're embarking on an adventure. This portal, this is insane, actually. This is freaking me out because this portal in particular, this Sirius portal. So, okay, this is an annual thing. And I wasn't going to do a video on it. I wasn't even going to do this video, but then someone said it and it was like, oh, I have to do it now. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it during the eclipse. That's cool. That's what's up. Especially since I knew I probably wouldn't be able to watch it. It's going to be raining here and the fireworks and all that. So I was like, fine. Do you know what this is about? This happens every single year around the 3rd/4th of July through the 6th, 7th, 8th. Okay. Every single year, what happens is the sun is at the furthest point away, which allows the star Sirius that actually shines brighter than the sun, but because the sun kind of is blocking it, the energy's so close that it doesn't really have the full impact on us. But this period of time every year allows Sirius to shine much brighter and allows messages to be received. And the reason why this is such an important portal, and again, this also sets us up for the Lionsgate portal on 8/8, which this year is 8/8/2020. Come on, it's infinity, clarity of vision, clear vision into the future past and future present and future, if you will. Looking at every aspect of everything from an omnipotent, omniscient point of view, higher mind, higher level thinking. This is crazy. This is crazy. And again, we have this kind of, I don't know, this structure that is taking us. It's either we've got something that's holding us in place and grounding us, or something that's helping us to fly, or both. And I think that it's funny that that's happening because the Sirius portal, the gateway that's occurring, it's a portal of destiny. That it's the emergence of who we truly are. It is the rising up. It's honestly, it's the portal of a lifetime. It's the portal of a decade. Not a lifetime for everyone, but like me, I'm turning 30. How old am I? I'm turning 32 in about a week and a half. How many? I don't know what day it is. In about 11 days, I'm turning 32. And for me, I know that I have the next kind of I feel like I have 2 more 30-year cycles ahead of me. And so for me, this is the adventure of a lifetime. I am blossoming, reaching my fullness. Where are you at? Are you in your first cycle, second cycle, third cycle? Where do you feel that you're at right now? Because whatever it is, just know this could very well be the most beautiful stage of your life. At the very least, the next decade is being influenced by this particular, because of the fact that it's interwoven into the energies of so many other things. It's really, really exciting. Do you know it's going to be a while before we have another Capricorn eclipse? Did you know that the Capricorn Cancer eclipse cycle has just ended, and that's actually restarted the eclipse cycle? All of these things are happening now, and we are going out so that we can savor the beautiful days ahead. Oh, did somebody donate? Oh, I can never tell who it was. Thank you so much. That's dope. I don't know who you are, but email me thefierygrace@gmail.com so I can send you something. I love you. What do we have? The final deck, the final energy. I don't know what this says, but I just saw surrender. And I think that's crazy because we're releasing, we're surrendering, we're opening ourselves up. We're embarking on a journey that maybe we didn't think we should have to do that right now. Some of us were so afraid to move forward without our divine counterpart. Some of us are with our divine counterparts, but we don't feel aligned yet. And so now we're worried, we're nervous, and we're thinking, oh no, if I move forward, are they gonna fall back? Are they gonna be dead weight? Am I going to be dragging them everywhere I go because they were never ready? What's happening? What do I do? Just surrender. It says, I surrender my desires, and I know the universe has my back. That's dope. This is not even this is the Miracles Now deck. This is not the universe has my back deck. So the fact that this shows up, it just gives me this feeling. It's a good feeling. It says, hey, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be all right. So this is where we're at. This is what needs to be opened up inside of you right now. We have a hard ending that's occurring. At the same time, we have a really bright new beginning. You heard the fireworks? I like it. There is an overlap. And if you choose in this overlap to focus on yesterday, and you don't do so with, again, that omniscient point of view where you can kind of see everything for what it is, If you can't hold it up to the light like this and say, I know what's happening, or at the very least, I am attempting to think about it from a perspective other than my own, because my human perspective is going to be riddled with fear, with doubt and apprehension, hesitation. I think the main one, though, is fear. If you can shift out of that and recognize that when you surrender, you allow the miracles in. You let your life become this magical, abundant place of constant transformation. I want you to know that with all this energy opened up right now, the manifestation, the instantaneous, there's no buffer right now. Watch your words, watch your thoughts, watch your mind, watch your mouth, watch all that. Watch what you're allowing yourself to listen to hear, to all. Be careful, because now there is a major influential energy, and you need to protect and guard yourself from anything that's going to block the truth. Because underneath the next decision that you make, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. This is a beautiful thing. Allow it to happen. All right. I'm going to get this set up. All right, what are we doing here? Okay. Oh, alrighty. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, there is a message from your angels, your guides, your God, whatever you believe. Someone is trying to talk to you, about what's next. They're attempting to release what I see, for me, I see the dove of the Holy Spirit coming upon you, but it's really about whatever you believe is going to help you to fly, to do things that are not supposed to be possible. Oh my, okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, again, this is going to be kind of intense, but in a really beautiful way. So just steel yourself, because I think that some people, you're already getting this kind of apprehensive, it's happening right now, the fear, the doubt, you're worried about the messages that are coming through for, I don't know why. I know that sometimes my messages can be really, they can feel critical in those moments, because you needed to hear that. But this is something that I think you already know. You're going to be getting more confirmation here than anything, but you're going to also, I think, be receiving, hey, here's the next step. Here's what's next. Don't be afraid of that. You're going to get what you've been asking for all along, which is answers. So don't think that just because it's a fiery grace reading and it's, she's on fire tonight. That means, no, it doesn't. It's okay. I can feel it. And I want you to take a few deep breaths. And when someone says take a deep breath, you know what we do? We go, I did. I'm fine. I took a deep breath. No, I want you to seriously count to 10 in, out, or do 4 in, hold for 7, 8. Whatever you know is your way of actually taking a deep breath. Do it. I used to work with clients and this was many, many moons ago, where I kind of learned some like crisis hotline techniques. And it would be like, take a deep breath and breathe. And you would see them not doing it. And then I was like, okay, now breathe with me. I'm going to count to 10. And when they actually did it, they would go, I wasn't doing it before. So take some breaths, okay? Ooh. Ooh. Oh my gosh, there's so much happening. You don't even know, you guys. Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay. We're gonna get... is that? I have a mod. Hey, Brenda. Girl, what up, girl? I saw a mod come. I don't know who else here. What up, members? Who's that? Hi, Sanjali. I don't know who all's here in terms of my mods, but what up, y'all? I don't know who's all here in terms of my members. I'm trying to think of like a good sound for fire. What is this? How can we, you know how like sororities have things? Let's be like, no, that sounds like a snake. We need a sound so I could be like, what's up, y'all? Sizzle. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but ever since it was funny. I was not flustered. I don't like to come on live when I'm flustered. So that's where I kind of needed to take that time to make sure everything was good. But I was like, kind of just like, all right, let's get this, let's get this going. I felt very determined. I was very much in, I think, like a Leo energy. And I don't know why, but I just kind of shifted into the Leo that's like, instead of the lion, I'm like teenage Simba. Okay, all right, anyways. Oh. I always love when it does that, and okay, all right, focus. All right, and ooh. Oh, that's 2. Okay, I'll take that. Okay. Oh, alrighty. All right. So, if you haven't guessed already, 1, 2, 3. If you picked number 1, you may want to spend some time thinking about your moon. Like I know my moon is in Leo. Do you know what sign your moon is in? Have you looked at your chart? I'm going to tell you what, this is a time where even if you're not really that into astrology, again, I am not a tarot, astrology, new age kind of person. However, I understand it's like a language. And this is the language I'm able to speak to many, many people through. I have Christians, I have, spiritual or secular people. I even have some atheists, which I tell you guys all the time, I never understand when I meet an atheist that's into spiritual things. Because I'm always like, I'm learning. But I have people of all different religions, Muslim, Jewish. I have a lot of people who are simply here to gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding required. And so whether you're into things or not, just know that, I don't believe that my God is limited to the book of the Bible. That would be a very defeating and limiting idea for a God, right? So I don't believe that. I don't live by it, but if you're interested in learning more, this is a good time to see if there's anything that could be available to you to teach you, whether you ever look at your chart again or not. But there's a lot happening right now. But yeah, I think that you might want to look at your moon, look at what is happening, maybe what house your moon is in, and figure out if there's anything in particular that is really shining through right now. Maybe you read something that you've read before and it clicks in this moment like, oh my gosh, I've been missing this all along. If you know what your moon is in, tell us, what's your moon in? If you pick the second number 2, okay, we're going to be really for you. You're going to focus on all the messages, but you may want to look into where Capricorn in particular is in your chart. But I would tell you, there is a conjunction. I don't know what it's called, y'all, just whatever. But there's something happening where Capricorn's in Saturn, and then there's also something going on with Jupiter and Pluto. It's a lot. It's been going on for all year. Actually, last year was me. Jupiter was in, Sagittarius, which is my rising. But this year, Jupiter is in Capricorn. So that might also maybe look for your Jupiter. But I want you to consider and reflect on this very dynamic cosmic occurrence that is a lunar eclipse, and consider what's happening right now in your life and where you might feel things kind of coming to a peak, especially with regards to your light work. You also may want to consider what's been going on in your life for the past 18 to 24 months, okay? Really, I think you should be thinking about 2019 especially. What's different? What has ended definitively? What feels like it's over, but you're kind of sad about it because there are things that are happening in 2020. I've been saying this to you guys for months, and I feel like people only believe it when it finally happens, but there are things that you'd pursued in the past that you were not able to do and you thought you never would be. And all of a sudden, boom, it's there. All of a sudden it's available. All of a sudden it's possible, and you don't know how, but it is. And then finally, some of you, if you pick the number 3, you really want to look into, and there's not a lot of information out there about the gateway or the portal, the Sirius portal. But because it's an annual thing, I think maybe what I can tell you is from my research, and I could be wrong on this, so do your own research as well. I think it's like between 13 and 15 degrees of Cancer. That's where it shows up. That's why, because it's here every year. And I think if you look on your chart and figure out what's going on there, you're going to get some good information. Even just saying like what house is 13 to 15 degrees of Cancer in your chart. But this is about domestic harmony. So also reflecting on what needs to shift in your life moving forward in order to bring about what you would consider a harmonious domestic situation. And you may even want to be thinking about this Lionsgate portal that's coming. But again, all of these messages are for everyone. So there you go. You don't have to think about 1, 2, or 3 anymore. That was simply to help you understand where you might want to, after this reading, go and do your own research, okay? So let's get into it. You guys know how I do. Sometimes I gotta stall a little bit. Oh, somebody donated. Thank you. Dang it, I keep missing it. Thank you, whoever you are. Appreciate you. I'm sorry, I can't say your name because I don't know who it was. All right, so before I get started in readings like this, where I feel like it's important that you're actually prepared for this, I will allow time to flow and to pass so that frankly, you'll click off and be like, oh, she's taking forever. I want you to get impatient and run away and leave. I want that to happen. So for the rest of you, bye-bye. Wait, crap, I was going to do this, some cartoon character and I forgot. What is he? Bleep, that's all, folks. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm done. So those of you who are still here, what's up? You ready? You took a deep breath? Let's take a deep breath. That wasn't a deep breath. Do it again. Well, that was a good one. I want you to lean back. If you're leaning forward, if you're holding your phone, I want you to get comfortable. I want you to lean back. Who is it? Oh, I'm going to catch it. Nope, I can't see. Someone else donated. Thank you. I need to have my chat up, but I don't because it's so distracting and it's really hard for me. Okay. I want you to lean back. I want you to get comfortable. I want you to release your jaw. I want you to release every muscle in your body for a second. If you're sitting in a chair, feel yourself sink into the chair. If you're laying in bed, feel yourself melt into the bed. I want you to allow yourself to simply experience this, okay? Okay. What do we need to know? What's the overall theme? Holy cow. Okay, now some of you, and it's funny because I've actually had people who've been bringing it up. Some of you remember that this month I was talking about summer of 2020 for basically a year and a half. But I really was talking about it over the probably, I'll say like November, December, January. I was explaining that 2020 was going to bring about a lot of unions, which they've been happening. So that's really dope. Thank you guys for always reminding me, emailing me, saying it in the chat, even if it's to come say goodbye because you don't need readings anymore. Thank you for letting us know that it's happening. So those of you who are thinking, well, not for me. Okay, that's okay. Okay, sometimes you're not going to be with the early bloomers, even with the on-time bloomers. If you're a late bloomer, that doesn't make you any different. And there was obviously some stuff that still had to happen, so do not begrudge the process. But some of you remember that this is a huge time. Why? Because the Capricorn Cancer eclipse cycle ended, and that eclipse cycle gave us a refresh, a fresh start, a new depth of understanding of who we are in a committed tie, in a marriage or a sacred bond. And what do we have here? The Two of Cups. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness. Yeah, forgiveness again. And the positive resolution of a conflict. Hold on, what's this? No, come back here. Wow, what's the conflict? Oh, hold on, look at this. Look at what my finger just did. What's this? Wow. The ego slowing you down. And this was, what is happening? Sorry, that's not funny. The ego slowing you down and some conflicting goals, competing goals, bothersome details, worried about the little things, worried about having control over things that are not yours to control. All of that is ending. Look at this, a false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. What did we talk about already? Good thoughts, guys. Good thoughts are required right now. Forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. You know when it's going to occur? When you allow yourself to grow up. You might not need to grow up in every aspect of your life, but you're going to have to grow up every couple weeks, days, months, years. You're just going to have different parts of your life where you level up. And the easiest way for us to say it, it's kind of a thing we say, right, in our society. Oh, would you just grow up? Wait, aha, I caught it. There's one. Hi, Lydia. I know you too. Hi, thank you. I was kind of excited because I actually knew that my client. I'm such a nerd. Okay. It's time to resolve some things. It's time to allow things to flow. It's time to experience a new level. And guess what? This forgiveness isn't just for other people. It's for you too. Because you've been so hard on yourself. You've been giving yourself such a hard time. You have not appreciated your growth. And if you did, it was only because maybe something good happened, but it wasn't just because. I'm sorry. Some of you, yeah, but many of you, no. Many of you, even now, you're struggling. It's like and you're like, Grace, I know I've grown, but I don't really see the fruits of my labors. And then it's like, y'all, then look up Chinese bamboo. Not every plant grows the same. Not every plant grows in the same season. Man, y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all just want me to go and do the reading. Okay, so let's look at this full moon energy. What do we need to know in particular about the full moon? And this is where we're seeing a death, a hard ending. Look at the tree. Look, I was talking about a tree growing, and look at this freaking tree. And look at the moons. Isn't this crazy? This is freaking crazy. Because guess what? We really want to think even back to even just the past 2 weeks. Past 6 months, sure, but we're talking about the full moon right now. What's the past 2 weeks? When we think about 6 months ago, what were you doing during the Capricorn new moon? Okay, around January. What's happening in your life then? Beginning of the year 2020, you probably thought, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen in 2020. I've got it all planned out. My manifestation ability so high, I know exactly what I'm doing. And then it was like, boom, fires. Everything's burning. And you're like, you know what? I got this. No problem. And then it was like, boom, just kidding. Pandemic. Let's go back to the 1900s. And you were like, it's not going to be serious. This is just, it's not a joke, is it? Oh God. And you're watching the numbers, especially if you're in the US and you're like, oh no. Uh-huh. You thought you had 2020 on lock, huh? You still do. It's just that you had this conflict within you where you said, no, I am determined to stay with the plan that I had. How dare you? How dare you get me into this place of being empowered and feeling powerful and understanding manifestation and affirmation, and I'm on it and I'm good. And then you literally pull the rug out from under me. It's because you learned all those skills in your past life. And again, not past life, but you learned all those skills in the life you had in 2019 and before. You learned all those skills before you were actually able to apply them. But you started to apply them for the future, not knowing that you were going to have to apply them in a different way. And the only way to get you to change, the only way to get you to let it go was to literally pull your plan out from under you. So, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Come on, guys. Oh, who is it? Hello, Inner Goddess. Thank you. Oh, I'm no superhero. I'm more of a vigilante. My name is Batman. Okay, I'm sorry. Think about the trauma that many of us felt thinking, oh my gosh, my 2020 is completely effed. Think about how hard 2019 was. And you thought 2020, finally you're going to get some relief. And then it was like, nope. It was only nope because you thought you knew 2020 already. It was only nope because you didn't give 2020 a chance to introduce itself. You had a whole new decade to get to know, and you are holding on. It's like, oh, y'all ain't gonna like this one. You're holding on to old relationship patterns and then bringing it on with your next partner. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. You're supposed to be in partnership with 2020. But see, no, I'm gonna start preaching and y'all gonna be like, Fiery Grace, just do the reading. All right, be quiet. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. This is us releasing. And how do you release it? You want to know how to release it? With faith. Oh no, I missed it. I don't know. Wait, can I push this down? Ha ha. Oh, what's up, Roger? I remember you. I've seen you in the chat. Hi, Roger. Thank you. Look, it's about your faith. Faith over fear. Faith over conflict. Faith over trauma. Y'all, I was sexually assaulted. I was molested when I was a kid. I'm not making light of any of that stuff. It was real. It was real issues. What? Who is that? I can't keep up with these. Oh my gosh. Hello, Mazzy. Thank you, Mazzy. I want you guys to understand I've been there. I want you to look. I don't want to do this only because I feel like there's going to be some people that take this the wrong way. But I had suicidal ideation starting around age 11 when my father told me that I should just kill myself if I wasn't going to stop misbehaving. It was way deeper than that. I'm not going to get into it. It's traumatizing, not really for me anymore, but it's going to be traumatizing for other people to hear. So I say that not to say, just like I've been there. I say that to tell you, look at me now. You know what changed it? Think about when you watch a TV show or a movie and the person thinks they're crazy and then they find some spiritual thing or they find like magic, you know. Think about how Harry Potter thought his life was going to go until Hagrid showed up like, hello, Harry Potter. Okay, that wasn't very, shush, just be quiet. My accents are fantastic. I don't care what you say. So I want you to just say in this moment, if you've been feeling low, if you've been feeling like low, like don't want to go on low. Do you know why you're feeling low? Because you aren't where you belong. But where you belong does exist on this plane. You may not be there right now, but you'll get there. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid and don't think there's anything wrong with you. And guess what? The more attacked, the more something comes after you, whatever you think, you know, some people call it darkness, evil, you know, dark forces, whatever. I know some people are like, why they gotta be dark? Why can't it be? Look, just go with the, get it. Just get it. You know why? Because you're so important and you do so good. You try to live such a good life. They don't, in my religion, the devil don't chase after people who are already being ridiculous. They're their own devils. They don't even need to assign a demon to them because they already acting like a demon. It's the people who are important and special that get followed around and poked and kicked. You have a bully following you around in the spirit because you are so important and so special that they're trying to take you down before you find your thing, and they can't stop you because you'll be unstoppable when you get there. Do you understand that? And guess what? Again, this is my religion. You can take this how you want to. In my religion, God sent that bully after you. And you might be like, why would God do that? Because God knew that bully was exactly what you needed so that you would be unstoppable. That bully is making you bulletproof. Think about scar tissue. Think about how it hardens a little bit and it's actually more difficult to get through after it hardens over. You are being made into this kind of incorruptible personhood. Do you understand? See, this is why I didn't want to go there, because I wish someone had said that to me a decade ago, 2 decades ago. I wish someone had said to me, you know why they're following you around, right? Come on. It's all about faith. It's all about the deep roots, knowing who you are. And this truth is being revealed with this. It's not a spotlight. It's not on one thing. A spotlight is not helpful. Think about if you're in the forest, would you prefer the sunlight or the moon, maybe even like a bright full moon with a clear sky, or a flashlight. Personally, a flashlight is more scary for me because it makes shadows and I don't like the dark. Okay. So I would prefer all the light to shine. And that's what's happening right now. Everything is being illuminated in your life. So what do you need to know? Let's go here first. Whoa. It's time to get a hold of your emotions. What are the odds we've got the King of Cups here? We're talking about the moon. Wow. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. This is your light work. This is overcoming emotions that stop you from being able to help other people. This is somebody saying, oh, I can't pour from an empty cup, because they've been told that if they feel even remotely down, that the only cup they've got is this one raggedy cup that got holes in it. They still looking for a new cup. It's empty all the time. And it's because you have all these other full cups. You probably should just throw that cup away. That cup isn't even probably your cup. Some demon probably came up and slipped in and said, here, this is your cup. This is the only cup you have. And you're like, this is my cup. What is it? What is it they say in that movie where he's like, this is my rifle, this is my gun, and he's like, I sleep with it, and you're like, this is my cup now. You have this syndrome where you really believe that you're empty. No, you are full. You have way more than one cup. Way more than one. So maybe you can't pour from your financial cup if you ain't got the money. Maybe you can't pour from your emotional cup if you don't have the emotional wherewithal in the moment. But you have something in you that's probably been untapped, untouched. And the truth is, if you're a light worker, you have a holy grail that never stops. It's right there in your belly, a river of flowing water that never stops, never ends, never ceases. Come on. Overcome the feelings and the fears and all of that keep you doing this all day, every day. And you're like, because you cannot get your bearings. Let that go. Figure out what other cups you have. Think about, let me just say it to you like this. The truth is, as much as you might think you can't pour from an empty cup, you've been pouring and you just didn't know it. You don't have value in yourself right now, or maybe not as much as you should. And so you don't realize that you've been pouring all along. You don't realize you've been giving all along. You don't realize the value of that kindness or that compliment or that smile you give, even though deep down you're sad. You don't realize how important people see you as, or how important they feel that you are in their life, because you don't think you're worth much. Or you don't think that where you are right now is worth anything. That's a lie. It's a trick. This says, conquer your emotions. Don't let them conquer you. That's the first step. If any of these other two are cups, I'm going to be like, whoa. Especially since we saw temperance twice already with the two cups pouring, but in the divine. Oh. So the miracle is I can think my way out of fear. Now, what are the odds? Let's just get out of your emotions so that you can think clearly, because you can think your way out. Do you understand me? Guess what? You know those suicidal ideations I used to have? I would get wrapped up in a fear cycle, and I would get into it would be the same triggers, the same thing, or it would be something new that would push me back into some other space. And what was happening was I was going on this emotional roller coaster. And I would just be like, well, I'm already strapped in. You know when you get on a roller coaster and if you're like, oh, I don't think I can do this, and you try to get off, but they're like, sorry, we've already turned it on, and it just starts going anyways. And you're like, no, let me off. And you just have to go and take the ride anyways. But if you just take a second and you realize this might suck, but it's maybe 60 seconds at the most. Roller coasters aren't very long. That's number one. This might suck, but it's pretty rare that someone gets like hurt on a roller coaster. So I'll probably be okay. If you just take a minute and say, I guess I have to go on this roller coaster, then it won't be as traumatizing when you get off and you say, I can't believe that you made me go on that roller coaster. No, you don't have to do that anymore. Instead, you can say, okay, you know what? This is scary. I really don't know how I got here. But since I'm here and there's nothing I can do to stop it, or heck, maybe if I just take a second to think about it and be logical, maybe I can get off of here, right? Come on, I understand that I'm sitting here talking about like having suicidal ideations and then being really, really crazy. And I'm sorry because I know that not everybody's there with how they feel, but I want you, again, do you understand me? I spent 20 years saying, I just want to go home, not knowing that I was in this place, this body of mine. This is my home right now. And I was exactly where I was supposed to be. I've been like this my whole life. I've been hated. I've been loved. I never knew what was what. I laugh now because I understand. It's funny, for at least in my situation. Find a humor in yours. Think about the fact that you're actually pretty damn awesome and you know it, but you just let somebody lie to you for all these years because it was like enough people said it, or maybe that person said it enough times, but you realize now, nah. You can think your way out of fear. You can think your way out of an ideation. You can think your way out of a critical moment in your life. And if you have to go through it, you can also think your way through it. You can talk yourself off the cliff. You can make it. And you're at a point right now, and it's funny because I think this is the most dramatic part about this energy, is this full moon, the house lights come up, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Whoa, look at that, look at that. All the demons get exposed at once. All the darkness disappears and light floods the place. I know this is going to sound weird, but it's like when you have like a house or like a room that has cockroaches in it, and then you turn the light on and they like scatter and run, right? It's that moment of, I'm here now and I got the can of Raid, you know? It's like, fear, you better get out of my way. It's like when you take Mucinex and all your, I'm just kidding. Mucinex powered by, I'm just kidding. Look, what do you need to know about this moon? I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Look at this. Now, isn't it crazy that we're talking about some deep stuff, some stuff that sucks and can be really tough? And again, just because we're having a little fun right now doesn't mean that you might not feel bad tomorrow or a year from now, that things might not come up. But see, here's your advice. And if you choose to remember this advice, if you choose to say, I will take this on, I will take this head on right now. I will not have another day or another night or another week or month or whatever year of my life where I am depressed and angry. Some of you truly straight up need to go see a therapist, possibly even maybe if you have a chemical imbalance, maybe you can talk to them about maybe jump-starting something in your mind in terms of the chemicals in your body where you don't have to take them for life. I really don't believe in lifelong medication. Some of you, I don't know, maybe that is. I don't know. I'm not gonna diagnose you right now. But you might need it, sure. But some of you literally will always deal with heaviness and all of that because you're meant to help transmute things, because you're meant to experience things so that you can be truly empathetic. And so you may deal with depression, or you may deal with, overwhelming thoughts, and you've got to figure out, you have to use your discernment and figure out what is best for you. And if you can't figure it out, just try. But for now, say, I'm going to be mindful. Remember, mindful is different than having a full mind. I'm going to create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and that miracles are natural. And you know what the miracle is? The natural miracle is that in any moment of fear, if you can calm yourself down for a second, you can think your way out of it. That's a miracle to me. Your mind is a miracle, and it's beautiful. Your emotions are also beautiful. And if you can begin to associate your emotions with a different understanding, meaning instead of thinking or feeling and going, oh, I must be sad because I feel sad and I guess I have to be sad. No, your emotions were supposed to be indicators. Your emotions were supposed to be something that says, hey, this situation, this thing, this issue, this problem makes you feel sad. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to fix it? Are you going to avoid it? Are you going to block it out of your life? What are you going to do? Your feelings were supposed to help you take action, not be something that you sit and dwell in. So now you know. Now you recognize that you first can feel, but then there's a second step to it. And the second step is, after I feel something, I then take some time with the logic of it. That's the love and logic that allows life to go forward. Your faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. But the only way that your fear is going to be able to permeate your complete existence is if you are mindful in the moments and allow it to flow, so that you can think your way out of situations that seem impossible. Because nothing's impossible for a light worker. Come on. So what do we have next? We see the energy of the full moon, but on top of that, this is the hard ending. This is truly this Capricorn energy. This is this death energy. This is an ending of a cycle. Again, this is that kind of 2 years ago, something began. It really peaked in January of 2019, but the energy kind of started back in summer of 2018. Where were you 2 years ago? Where were you a year ago? Think about it for a moment. It's time to recalibrate. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. I don't know about you, but this looks like an eclipse to me. I remember a couple years ago, Mr. Lightwork and I actually went and we chased the eclipse. And what I mean by that is we went around Tampa and we ended up by the water in Rocky Point. But we went around Tampa and we went to like high places, like rooftops and dark places where it was pitch black so we could see the eclipse. That's what we were doing 2 years ago. What were you doing 2 years ago? What was up with you and your divine counterpart? What was up with you and your twin flame journey? What did you know about spiritual soulmates? What did you know about your ascension? Where were you then? Were you a baby? Have you been are you an OG in this? You've been doing this for years? What happened 2 years ago that shifted you? Because what we're seeing here, spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. What? This is about your life's work. You know why you have, remember we said that there are some things you're ushering in abundance, you're inviting it in. You know why you hadn't been inviting it in before? Because you weren't perfectly aligned. You know when they talk about the stars aligning, the planets aligning, those things actually happen. Did you know that? It's not just like a phrase. Those things actually occur where there's an axis where everything kind of lines up straight through. Think about it. You have, if you think about the chakra system, 7 chakras or, whatever you believe, 7 chakras. And if one thing is off or, maybe they're flipped and something's in the wrong position, everything is messed up. Think about, even if you think about it from a medical perspective, if you think about your numbers, everything has to be just right for your body to be in that kind of working order. And if one thing is off, it's a domino. It starts affecting everything else. The reason why you hadn't been able to do the things you wanted to do before was because you were not in alignment. Now, some of you were not in alignment because you were not supposed to be in alignment. Some of you were not in alignment because you refused to get into alignment. Many of you were not in alignment because you were waiting for your divine counterpart because you believed that until you were aligned with them, there was no alignment, and you were wrong. Now, you understand. It's about your alignment. Do you know that that's what an eclipse is? Did you know that we will not always on this planet have eclipses? Did you know that? Because the sun and the moon and the earth are all moving a little bit further, closer or apart, whatever. And the sun and the moon, what is it like? The sun is 400 times bigger than the moon and 400 times farther or something like that, to where everything lines up perfectly. But there will be a point where it doesn't anymore. So do you understand that, like, as crazy as this might sound, even though that might be like a ways away in terms of the timeline, even hundreds or thousands of years, do you understand that we don't even have to have this thing happening? Do you understand that? We might not even be able to experience this phenomenon if we had been on this earth and in this system at a different time. Think about that. Some people, you guys should look that up. It's actually really, really interesting to see. Spiritual alignment can be likened to an eclipse. It only happens every so often. And right now, 2020, do you guys know all the rare alignments that are happening, either ending or beginning right now? Some of you guys did not look, because again, if you're not into it, I'm only into it again for my work. I need to understand what's going on in the universe for the moment. I don't use it for divination in terms of looking ahead. I don't need to do that. God delivers everything I need to know. Some people choose to. I don't judge you. Do your thing. All I understand about it, though, is that where we are right now, in this time, in this space, is when you say rare, I'm talking about moo bloody cow rare. I'm talking about this is crazy. How is this happening all at once? So if I were you, I would check my spiritual alignment. I would look deeper and make sure that I'm in the correct place. You know, have you ever seen those movies where, or something happens in a scene where it's like they have like a magnifying glass or a mirror and the sunlight like shines into the mirror just so, and then it like shines over here and then it like shows you where the special key is, but only on that one place in that one time in a certain century. Does it ever happen? That kind of thing. That's what's happening right now. The key to your future is being delivered through this alignment. Man, y'all don't believe me. It's okay though. Some of you are like, yes, Grace, and some of you are like, man, Grace, this really? Oh no, Grace, that sounds kind of crazy. But it's okay. What do we need to know? Okay. It's another cup. Do you remember? Didn't this happen recently with a different deck, where it was all cups? It was in the Diamond, the Mystic Mondays deck. It was all cups. Oh, this is creepy. And these are some, ooh, I wonder what reading was that? I don't remember what reading it was, but this is pretty amazing. You know what's happening right now? A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. This cycle of 10 of Swords is ending. Constant ego issues. And you know why? Some of y'all had a crazy last 2 years or last 10 years, 5 years, whatever, because it was the only way to get you to act right. And you can say, Grace, you don't know my life. You don't know my story. Listen, maybe it's not you. Have some discernment. Stop thinking every single thing that's said in a reading that resonates is for you. I think it's raining. Oh, I think it's raining. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm a Cancer. I need to see the water. All right, back to this. So, see, showers of blessings. You have to understand that the next decade, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the next decade of your life. And what you've experienced in the past was all to get you to this place. It was about getting you divinely aligned. It was about getting you, think about the rainbow and the 10 of cups in the Rider-Waite, kind of, it's perfectly, all the 10 cups are inside the rainbow. If one was out just aesthetically, we'd be like, ew, like move that, right? Especially if you have the kind of perfectionist, right? You'd be like, oh, why is that? But no, it's perfectly divinely aligned. I don't know why, but I see this, look at the little kid in the background. Woohoo! I don't know, I just feel there's this excitement. There's this joy because we realize, oh my gosh, I've been complaining because I knew what was coming, but I felt out of it. I felt confused. I felt out of alignment and I didn't know why, and I was forcing it. You cannot force a planet to align faster. You cannot be mad that Mercury happens to go retrograde a few times a year and think, but I needed it to be right here. Look, it was planned. It needed to be exactly where it needed to be. You're holding on so tight to your need to control that you blame all these outside factors on why you can't be happy. But now you understand that all the things had to happen that way in divine order so that you could be happy for the long term and not just these little instantaneous gratification moments of joy. But the long term, some of you weren't in union and may not be again for a couple months, weeks, years. Some of you are going to have a soulmate that you've been denying, but that soulmate is going to have to teach you things so that you understand it for your true union, and you're denying it even though it might be a beautiful relationship dynamic. Some of you are so stuck on someone that might not even be close to your real twin. And if you actually took a minute to think about who you really were deep down, you would know that is not your person. Do you know how many people tell me? It's not that many. Probably about 25% of my clients will say, yeah, when I first found out about twin flames, I assumed it must have been. I had one client who was like my either abusive or, my mean ex, my ex I can't really stand. Some clients say, yeah, it must be that guy or that girl I met, 5 years ago that we just had a connection. It's like, some of you don't want to admit that it's a false twin because then you think that reflects on your ability to discern. When really, what if that was just divine saying, yeah, I had to tell you it was that person. I had to let you think it was that person. Or I never told you that, but you just decided it and I wasn't going to argue with you because you don't listen to me anyway. It's changing. It's changing. And now that you're aligned, it's going to be this beautiful, perfect. It's funny, we talked about the chakras and we have this rainbow. So what do you need to know? I don't dance around the perimeter of the person I want to be. I step in fully and completely. 10, completion. Capricorn cycle over, completion. Some of you see your partner as equal to you now because you know you're not where you're supposed to be. But you think about the person that you want to be 20, 30, 40, 50, even 10 years from now. And you realize that person will never change that drastically. And if they do, it's not going to be anytime soon. And it's not going to be because you forced it. Some of you, it's starting to click and it's starting to make sense. You're starting to allow your truth in. You're starting to really believe in yourself and your abilities. You're starting to have a higher level of value, not cocky, but just an understanding of your true value, your true nature. Some of you realize you cannot be with that person right now. Maybe they are your person, but now's not the time. Some of you realize you really just are not ready. And that's okay, and not even in a bad way, but that it's just not your time. But whatever it is, this is about you. This is why Mr. Lightwork and I always try to say to you, focus on you. Your divine counterpart is focused on them. You should be focused on you too. Don't dance around. Step into it. Be who you are supposed to be. Your light work is your life's work. This alignment is about how you see yourself in the world, how you see your gifts manifesting in the world. This is the bridge between this past and this future. Is you being who you're supposed to be, aligning spiritually the best that you can in the moment, and stepping as fully as possible into your life's work, even if it's just taking the first step. You have to remember, we've got the Sagittarius Gemini eclipse cycle has begun. It began on June 5th. Some of you didn't realize it was eclipse season, if you will. Some of you didn't know that there are 6 eclipses instead of the usual 4 this year. Again, rare times, rare energies. Some of you did not know that we were moving into something new and different. But now you know. Now you know it's about being who you're meant to be. And a part of that is going to give you that, the 10 of Cups is that baseline happiness. See, here we have one single cup, right? But here we have a cup with a 0, a fresh start, the full energy, a new beginning. You know how the Fool comes out on the cliff with the arms just straight out? The only thing it has on it, maybe he has like a bindle on his bag with maybe some clothes in it. I don't know what's in his bag, but it's very little. He travels light because he knows all he needs is himself. You are recognizing now just how amazing and powerful and dope you are. You dope. You super dope. Mr. Lightwork says super mega dope. And you're starting to see that and go, dang, I've just been standing here waiting for someone else to come and help me. You ever seen those movies where they're jumping off a cliff into like the water, and there's someone just kind of standing there scared, and someone pushes them, and they just realize, well, I'm Wile E. Coyote for a second, and they're like, psh, right, and they just have to enjoy the fall, and when they get down there, they flip their hair back whoosh, out of the water. They're like, oh, that was fun. Let's do it again. That's where you're at. You've been so afraid to take the leap because you thought that you had to be happy first, or you thought that you had to have your counterpart with you, or you thought something. You thought you weren't enough. You thought you weren't good enough. You thought you needed more. No, bag lady, put all that down. Is there a song called Bag Man? I'm the bag man. I want you to put it down. The only thing you need is you. The only thing you need is you. The only thing you need is you. What's your card here? Wow. It's you. Look at this. Do you see it? Haha, it's good to feel good. Look at this and look at this. You've aligned. Your wings are in perfect alignment. That's the only way you're going to be able to fly. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. I have to step into who I am in order to listen to the guidance, though. I have to step into who I am in order to really hear what is for me. If I'm over here trying not to listen, I'm going to miss it. If I'm over here looking in the future, looking in the past, I'm going to miss it. But if I get right here, completely divinely aligned, boom, all of a sudden everything starts to flow. So I remind myself that I am love. Miracles are natural. When I get into spiritual alignment and my manifestation gets put into motion, I'm able to slow down because I'm not always trying to run around and do everything. Manifestation is about putting the universe to work for you. Trusting God to do things on your behalf that are not possible for you to do alone. And here you are, standing still, taking a moment. Zen. Goosefaba. Goosa. Oh, got it. Thank you, Lord. And you move on. That's the only way you're going to get the information you need, is if you just take a minute to listen calmly. Because if you stop and you're like, come on, give me the message, hurry up, come on, and then God says it, and you're like, what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And you start freaking out, running around in circles. Well, that's not helpful. Calm down, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is it really helping me to be losing my mind right now, completely out of alignment? Do I really feel like I'm getting anywhere? No, I don't. So what do we have here? What are we moving into with this gateway? Wow. Cherishing self. I accept and love myself. Not only do I need to remind myself that I am love, I have to slow down and remember, if I am aware that there's guidance available to me, if I wear this crown of enlightenment, that means that I'm aware that I am loved enough by the universe. And if the universe loves me, oh man, that's, if the universe cares enough to pay attention to me, please. I'm good. I'm golden. There's nothing to worry about. You want to know why I'm always basically so happy? Because I am loved by the God of the universe. I am protected by the God of the universe. Why would I be sad? Why would I be upset? Why would I be scared? Why are you scared if you believe you have guides or angels or you have a God or a spirit source universe? Why would you be afraid if you know, if you cannot continue to walk around saying, "Oh, I know who I am. I'm such and such and such and such," but then also say all this other stuff. I'm scared. I don't think, I remember this one lady in my life. I was like 11 years old when she said this to me. And I never received the message. I was like, I'm sorry, you're crazy. She was like, yeah, God's taking a coffee break in my life. And I'm like, bruh, God don't need a coffee break. I don't know why. Even at like 11 years old, I was like, and I'll never forget her saying that. She was very, very pessimistic. She had this kind of guise of being positive, but she wasn't. She was very, very miserable. I loved her. I wanted her to be my mom, dude. I loved her. I'm not being judgmental. I loved this woman. I called her mom for years in front of my mom. My mom hated it. But the truth is, She believed that just because things weren't going well in her life or that she was making poor choices or whatever, that God wasn't there. Again, you can't believe in something and then think, but oh, not me though. Maybe for you. You can't go around, evangelizing, right? Like speaking what you believe and encouraging someone and then not believe it yourself. What do we say all the time? Do as I say, not as I do. Or what do we say? We say, oh yeah, it's easy for me to give advice, but I can't take my own. Why? Stop saying that and just accepting it as law. Take your own advice. Listen to your truth. Be who you're supposed to be in the moment, knowing whose you are. Look at this. Cherishing self. I accept and love myself. Look at this. This looks like a self-care day. Birthday present. No, this is a just because present. Maybe a glass of wine or maybe a orange juice in a fancy glass just to make me feel good. Nice cup of coffee, hot cocoa. Just sit down and maybe that's a brownie mug. Let's just be real. Maybe you just needed a brownie in your mug and you're just having a nice time. Treating your body well. Maybe you buy yourself your own damn flowers. I don't need nobody to buy me flowers. I buy my own flowers. Alstroemeria. I can't remember exactly if that's the right thing, but Alstroemeria is my favorite flower and it lasts for weeks. I love them. They come in all these beautiful colors. And if I ever have like a mother or a feminine that I visit, I always take them these flowers because they're like $4 at Publix. They're dope. I buy them my damn self. Mr. Lightwork would be like, I can't buy you any flowers because you always buy them yourself. I know. I don't need to have that stigma of, oh, no one buys me flowers. I'll just get it my damn self. I know I'm worth flowers. I know I'm worth everything and anything that I decide that I'm worth. But I have to choose first. I have to choose me. Okay? So what do we need to do in order to make sure that we're moving forward in this new cycle properly? Because we have to cherish ourselves in this new cycle. If we believe that we're loved by the universe, it's easier to cherish ourselves. What do we need to know? Wow. Now look at this. This is freaky. Look at the wings. Almost the same angle we're getting. But look at this is you. See this? I feel like we're not connected yet. Here we are, and here are our wings. Let's see what this says. Abundance. What are the odds that the Capricorn, because remember that I believe that these two, when we kind of put them together, the energy is that hard ending, right? We have to leave behind this old kind of karmic negativity. But these two energies, these two, okay? The portal and the eclipse, which I think the eclipse should be peaking shortly, actually. Dope, 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 dope. Oh, it's so nice out. These two things come together, and it's about the abundance that is a part of our destiny. Inviting in long-awaited abundance. That is what the Capricorn eclipse is about. The lunar eclipse is coming in and bringing us abundance that we've been waiting on our entire life. I'm there now. I don't like to brag about how successful I've become because the truth is there is a lot of work that goes into it. I don't sleep. That's why I'm kind of loopy all the time because I just can't. I can't. Even when I try to sleep, the most I can get is 3 or 4 hours. I pretty much have been working about 36 to 48 hour days. I know that's not a day. I know that's 2 days, but that's pretty much what I have to do because if I don't, people get upset. People freak out. But the blessing is when they finally get their reading and they're like, oh my gosh, Grace, how did you do that? It's worth it. And it just drives me forward. This is the most abundant I've ever been in my life, not just in the fact that I'm able to work and be my own boss and hire my partner to do things with me. And no, it's because I am helping people like I've always wanted to. I was never fulfilled because it wasn't enough. My soul needed to reach people. And now that's where I just feel, bruh, that's why I want to write books. That's why I want to be a speaker. It's not about people hearing me. I know I talk a lot when I'm on the readings and you're probably like, oh, Grace, that's my job. Wouldn't it be weird if I just sat here silently? What the heck? Wouldn't it be weird if I did like 5-minute videos and had all this information to share and was like, here's my bullet points. Okay, go handle that on your own. No, it'd be weird, bruh. That's weird. You know why I want to be an author and a speaker? Because those things get recorded. You can have a book translated into hundreds of languages, if there are that many. You can, they can be distributed across the world. It's like when you make a YouTube video and then people can watch it for the rest of the time the YouTube video is up. I have people watching messages from about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, going, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this. I don't know why it showed up for me in my feed and my recommendations, but I clicked it and it was exactly what I needed in the moment. That is why I want to be a speaker and an author. That is why I do this. It is about allowing this abundance that is beyond anything you ever anticipated, but you always knew you were supposed to have. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be a trillionaire. You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to be any of those things, but you do want to be able to help other people, right? Right. That is here. It's now. But first you had to learn that you were worth it, and you had to let go of everything that told you you weren't. 3 of Wands. Go to the high place, to the high mountain, and see that things look very good. Have patience. But look, make long-term plans. Maybe don't plan for 2021. Maybe plan for 2030. Grace, why would I? That's crazy, Grace. Don't plan for next year, but plan for 10 years from now? Yeah, because 10 years from now is so far out that you don't have to worry about the little stuff. See, that was your problem. You were so caught up in the details that you were missing the whole thing right in front of your face. You were so caught up in, okay, well, the reason, look, Grace, you just don't understand. The reason that I was actually so scared, about when my union was going to come is because well, you see, I just don't understand what's going to happen between tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. And you just keep going, and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day and then to the point where I'm actually in union, you know what I mean? So what am I supposed to do? How? It's stop. Why don't you look at 2030 when you and your divine counterpart are actually together? Why don't you look at 2030 when you have the book deal? Work your way from the goal backwards rather than trying to go forward and say, okay, I guess the first step is union. No, stop it. Just quit. Stop it. You're not God, bruh. You're not. I'm sorry I keep saying bruh. I try not to say bruh. I say bruh constantly. I'm from Tampa, so I say bruh a lot. I don't know why I keep calling y'all bruh. I normally hold that back, but I'm comfortable today. Okay, so bruh. It's dog. Come on, dog. Bruh, listen to me. You cannot predict what's going to happen, but you can have a best case scenario of where you might be 10 years from now. And if that happens to shift and change, dope. Let it shift and change. But at the very least, you'll be moving towards something, and there's enough time in between for things to work themselves out. If you keep trying to figure out, so I know, all right, I'm gonna use a different voice. I know that 2020 is or 2030 is, I'll be in union, everything's gonna be great. But, what I'm trying to figure out though is but Grace, what day and what year at what time down to the minute and the seconds is my union though? Because the only way I could plan for 2030 is if no, that's a lie. You've lied to yourself. You've told yourself that if you don't know everything, you can't do anything. And that's a damn lie. When you were a kid, you asked, well, Mom, why? Dad, but when? Well, and your parents just said, look, I got it. I promise I got it handled. Maybe they tried to tell you things, but you didn't even understand because you're a freaking 5-year-old. You're a 10-year-old. You're a 15-year-old. You don't understand. Now you're getting to a point where you've forgotten that it's okay, that you have a spiritual parent, if you will, mommy, daddy, whatever you see God or source or spirit or universe as, you have someone that's saying to you, just buckle up. Remember the Disney World thing? If you don't remember, maybe some of you need a reminder. Think about you trying to surprise. Think about you got 2 kids, right? A 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And you wake them up real early one night or one day. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and you put them in the car and they wake up 3 hours later. Mom, where are we? Why are we driving? Mom, I want to go home. I have to pee. Why are we driving? I don't want to be in the car. And you're like, oh my gosh. And you're trying to surprise them, and you promised yourself you were not going to tell them, that you were just going to wait, and they complain the whole way there. And you're just sitting there like, I will turn this car around and we will not go to Disney World. But you know what? You love them so much that you know the surprise will be worth it. And they're just being cranky because they don't know what's going on. And even if you tried to tell them, then you would have to listen to them freak out the whole time. Oh my gosh, my union is on July 31st. Oh my gosh, my God. And then you got to listen to that the whole way. So just let them be surprised. They see the Mickey Mouse ears and they go, Mom, Dad, Disney? Oh my God. And it's worth it because then they're only green crazy and loud for like 10 minutes. And then you get into the park and you know what I mean? God is trying to surprise you. And you are being a dick about it. I'm sorry, but you are. Why is it not okay for you to be surprised anymore? Have you forgotten? If you won't let God surprise you, you're definitely not going to let your divine counterpart surprise you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that strike a nerve? Don't you think that they want to surprise you? But they can't because you want to know everything all the damn time. You got to let that go. In the same sense, you're not going to know what day you're going to get the book deal, what day you're going to get that first major speaking engagement. That's me. I'm talking to myself because I'm going to listen to this reading and I'm going to get a spirit slap. Don't worry. You're not going to know everything. All you can do is just listen to look at this. The guidance that is available to me. It's not always going to be the whole picture, but they will give you what you need. That's what you were meant to learn in the Capricorn Cancer eclipse cycle. But now you're moving into a new cycle. And this gateway in particular is opening up so that you can see what's coming. You see the volcano in the background? You're able to see that something is about to occur from afar so that you can be prepared as much as you're supposed to. But if I told you too much, you probably would mess it up. And I know that you probably get offended when I or anybody else tells you that, but it's the truth. So what do you need to know? Wow. I am not the victim. I am the lighthouse. Now, this is funny. Why? Because I always call the Queen of Cups the lighthouse. Because the Queen of Cups is the dutiful queen that says, I'm going to make sure that my divine counterpart remembers where home is. And so I'm going to sit here on the edge of the town, the kingdom, and I'm going to make sure that I shine the light. I'm going to make sure that they know where home is. You're not the victim. You're not going, oh, I'm by myself in my kingdom alone. Oh, man, my king is so far away. No. Where are you, king? No. You're not doing that. You're doing your duty. You're doing your duty as the lighthouse to be the light in the moment, to shine where you need to shine, so that nobody crashes and burns, so that nobody misses the stop. You're doing exactly what needs to be done in order to invite the abundance in order to shine the brightest. You cannot be dull and then be like, why does my divine counterpart keep missing this shoreline? Well, because you're not shining your light. You're saying, I'm going to wait for them to get here to shine my light. But they're waiting for you to shine their light so they can get there. But you don't want to hear that. Okay, we're going to close this up. What is the last thing you need to know about your destiny? Because you needed to know that guidance is available. You needed to understand that you are loved. Miracles are natural. Dope. I love it. You are a miracle. You're a walking miracle. Dope. That's amazing. So excited. I'm making long-term plans rather than trying to figure out the small little details, because remember, that was the problem. It was the conflicting details. Me trying to figure out what day, what time. Okay, I need to be ready. No. You can be ready without knowing when. That's in the Bible, but that's another story. So now we know. Cherish myself. Recognize I'm not a victim. I'm a lighthouse. I am not a survivor. I know that we like to say that I'm a survivor, but you know what? The survivor still points to the victim. I thrive. I'm out here doing big things. I'm incredible. And I do all of it with the power of spirit backing me. Boom. Yes, that's why I'm not afraid. If I slip and fall, that's all right. Spirit going to pick me up and put me on the shoulder, hold me in his arms, whatever you see, footprints in the sand style, okay? So this is what this gateway, this destiny, this is how you're emerging. You're making long-term plans. You're being the lighthouse. You're doing what needs to be done to allow the spiritual alignment that has come into your life to actually mean something. Make the long-term plans and then embrace it. You know that's your problem, right? You keep saying that you believe that union is going to happen for you, but then you watch those readers that say, oh, union isn't guaranteed in this lifetime, and maybe this is your 6th lifetime and you have to go 12 lifetimes. Look, I'm sorry. No offense to people who believe in reincarnation and past lives and all that. If you're my client, you could tell me your story about the reading that you had or the Akashic records or whatever. You can tell me all that and I will work with what you believe. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that I have to wait till next lifetime. And it's not just because I'm in union. It's because it's illogical. Sorry, if you don't believe that, that's okay. You also don't have to believe that I'm a prophet of God. I mean, I'm not, don't judge me and I won't judge you. You feel me? But what you must do is if you do believe, I guess the truth is, even if you do, I used to say this all the time. If you believe that union is completely based on free will, there's no guarantee that it's going to happen, then why the hell are you freaking out? Why are you worried about it? Because worrying clearly isn't going to help you. If you believe that union is guaranteed and it will happen in this lifetime, then why are you freaking out? I don't understand. I do not understand. It's me and Mr. Lightwork's favorite. So in the same vein, I guess it's like, look, if you believe that this is just another past life, or I guess this will be another past life where you don't get into union, then why are you worried about it? If that's what you believe, why are you stressed out since you already know what's happening? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be flippant. I'm dead serious right now. If those are the things that you believe, then you need to embrace what you believe because you're not. You're still confused. You're all over the place. And then you're wondering why your life is too. You're wondering why your union journey feels like this. Because that's what you're doing. You're ping-ponging around like you're in a pinball machine. You're not divinely aligned. You say you're divinely aligned, and then you know you're not, so you make yourself feel bad. You have all these competing, conflicting goals because everything has to, well, this depends on when my masculine, when my feminine. Stop doing that to yourself. Decide what door you're going to walk through and walk through the damn door. Do you understand me? If you believe union happened in this lifetime, stop freaking out. If you believe that union doesn't happen in this lifetime unless it's supposed to, stop freaking out. If you believe that this is another past life or a future life or a present life of the past of the future, I don't know how exactly it works. And if you believe any of those things, just freaking embrace it, okay? Because it's not helping you if you don't. All right, you guys, forgive me. I tried to take a nap today. I didn't. I couldn't. I just laid there staring at the ceiling for about an hour and a half. So I haven't slept for about a day. Oh, crap, wait. I haven't slept in like 2 days. Whoa. Okay, I'm super loopy. I'm super loopy, but straight up. Oh, is it time yet? All right, it's almost time. It's almost peaked. It's almost peaked. So, make the long-term plans and then walk through the door. Do you see, is there a house here? She didn't even have to walk through that door. She could have went around it. She could have went around. But I think that what's the symbology, boss? The symbolism here is to say, I'm going to open this door that I have decided to build for myself, and I'm going to walk through this door. I'm going to open the door to the plan that I have built, and I'm going to walk that path. If the path has me diverge this way, go that, cool, no problem. But I will walk. I'm going to stop standing still. I'm going to stop acting like everything is going to go wrong. And I'm going to be aware that if I'm supposed to know that something's going to happen, I mean, look at this. Look at this, the mountains, bruh. This is crazy to me. If I'm meant to know that I need to make a shift, I will be told. I don't have to freak out about it. I don't have to be scared. I need to make long-term plans, see that things look good and that abundance is on the way. And then I need to step into that future with an open heart, embrace it. I'm going to read this book. Ooh, it opened to Awakening Ancient Wisdom. And look, it's a freaking cup. Deep inner Whoa, 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 whoa. It's the emerge word. Hold on, let's read this. Deep inner knowing is emerging within me. Ooh. So as you cherish yourself, as you treat yourself well, as you align, as you begin to listen, to slow down to what is available rather than focusing on the lack of what's not available. Oh, I don't know the information, so I guess I can't move. Nope. I'm giving you what you do need. You're just ignoring it because it's not what you wanted to hear. Message. Okay, I understand all of these things to be true. So now here's what I need to understand. The wisdom of the ages dwells within me. Repeat after me. I'm going to read this for you to read, okay? So just repeat the words after me, even if you got to whisper it to yourself because someone's watching you. Ready? The wisdom of the ages dwells within me. It is arising now. The chalice of wisdom is being offered to me. I pay attention to the coincidences, signs, and synchronicities around me. Profound enlightenment is growing within me, even when I am not aware of it. The wisdom of my ancestors, my predecessors, and all of history exists deep within me. An inner portal is opening as this sacred information pours into my consciousness. I have always possessed innate knowledge, but at this juncture, simply by being still, I am able to access it with even greater perception. I am a wise being, and my wisdom is very supportive and helpful to others. All right, let's actually read what we're supposed to read. Oh, remember, this was our first, embarking on an adventure, and right after it is embracing the future. You need to start to look at this as an adventure, guys. So what does it say? I step into the future with an open heart. What is expected in life tends to be realized. Pause. One more time. Rewind. Ready? What is expected in life tends to be realized. Think about it this way. What if what you think is going to happen actually happens? Just take a second. Would you be happy if the thoughts that you've actually been having consistently, don't say, oh yeah, those good ones, yeah, that'd be great. No, I'm talking about all the thoughts you've been having. What if what you were thinking, dreaming, imagining actually occurred? Would you be okay? Would you be happy? Probably not. Change your thoughts, change your mind, change your future. What is expected in life tends to be realized. If you anticipate amazing, joyous, healthy, prosperous future, this is more likely to occur for you than if you assume the worst. Expect the best. Be open for anything. Imagine your life filled with happiness. Burp, burp. Your wondrous future is resting on the horizon of your soul, shimmering and bright. I feel this. I feel spiritual alignment. The universe wants you to know today. Oh, okay. You know what's really funny? You guys know how I was like future, past, saying all that. Look at what it says. It says today is yesterday's future. And in every moment you are creating your future. Yeah? Okay. I'm just making sure you guys are understanding how incredibly amazing these syncs and signs are. Oh, what? Look, another emerge. What? Emerging into grace. What up? It's me. Don't emerge into me, please. Emerge into yourself. No, I'm sorry. Today is yesterday's future, and in every moment you are creating your future. If you're patiently waiting for the future to bring you joy and contentment, your desired outcome may never arrive. Hold on a second. Have patience. Ready? If you're patiently waiting for the future to bring you joy and contentment, your desired outcome may never arrive. But if you learn to create happiness now, so we're making long-term plans and we're being patient about those plans, but that does not mean that we can't be happy right now. That's right here, right? Being happy with the information that is given to us. Man, this reading. Whew, I feel like a lot of people aren't going to watch it because it's long and blah, blah, blah. Please like this video so that more people will watch it because it seems to be, you know, I do the same thing. I won't watch a video unless it has like a lot of views and likes. So I get that. But if you learn to create happiness now, your days will be filled with pleasure and bliss. It's okay. It's great to have a dream. However, if you don't learn to find satisfaction in the meantime, you may not notice when your dreams come true. If this ain't, boy. The purpose of life is not about manifesting your desires. It's about discovering the inner gifts of the heart and experiencing and sharing joy. Be happy now. Enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Bro, this is crazy. I feel like I just said all these words. Look, I'm going to read this from a different perspective. The purpose of the twin flame journey is not about manifesting your union. It's about discovering your inner gifts of your heart and experiencing and sharing joy. Be happy now. Enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Enjoy the journey as much as you will enjoy your union. Do you understand? So here's your questions. What is my probable future? I would say this. What is your probable future right now? What's your probable future right now if you continue going on this crazy roller coaster of, I don't know what's really happening? What is your probable future if you allow the spiritual alignment that really, whether you like it or not, is already here? It's you who's choosing to pretend you're not aligned. It's you who's choosing to stay in the past and say, well, I'm mad, so I'm going to just prove. Mr. Lightwork and I think I used to have the problem, but I got a little bit better about it because I understood manifestation, but Mr. Lightwork is learning it now. And it's like Mr. Lightwork was really, really into this idea that if someone said to him, you're never going to amount to anything, and was really awful to him, that it would be good to prove them right for some reason. I know it sounds crazy to say it out loud, but a lot of us do that. It's like, okay, you don't want to help me? Fine. I'll show you just how bad my life can be because you won't help me even though you could. Oh, you want to be mean to me? Fine. I'll show you just how detrimental your words were. It's like we get this weird, I think it's kind of like an angry revenge, but it's more really like drinking poison. So instead of sitting here saying, fine, spirit, if you don't give me my divine counterpart, then I'm going to show you what my life will be like. I know my truth, and my truth is I'll never be happy without them. And I'm going to show you. Why are you doing that? That's you doing that to yourself. You know that, right? So what is your probable future if you decide to make the change? If you decide to be the lighthouse? If you decide to let the miracles come instead of pushing them away because they're not the miracles that you want? Being ungrateful and stuff. Okay, next. If I'm not satisfied with it, what action steps do I need to take? And finally, what is my greatest contribution to the future? What is it that I am meant to do? The only way that I'm going to be able to know that is if I accept and love myself, and then I listen to the guidance available to me. Because I have no idea that I can dream and I can see things and I can say, this is what I think I want to do. But, God has greater plans for us than we could ever imagine. That being said, maybe we should try to get into some sort of alignment so we can actually hear about those plans instead of constantly either denying them or trying to go around or saying, until I know exactly what the next 30 years is going to be like, I'm not moving. Stop it. So, final card. I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. Some of you saw, I posted a story today. It's my first story. I really have no idea what to do with these stories. I don't know what you guys want from me with the stories. And so I've had them for a while, but I didn't know. And so today I just posted, I had these two cards that I pulled, I think it was out of this deck. And one of them said, I am the loving energy of the universe. And the next one said, the universe works best when I'm having fun. And so it's like, listen, why not have fun with it? Instead of, because if you measured your journey right now, which is the problem, a lot of you are measuring your journey based on how you feel and you don't feel good. A lot of you, your life has this ebb and flow completely dependent upon where your divine counterpart is, how far away your union feels at the moment, what a reading said that might have triggered you. It's sad, but it's true. Again, not everybody, but again, those of you who get defensive and go, not me, Grace, you probably the main one who needs that message, and you probably lying to yourself, because anybody else who knows that doesn't apply to them isn't going to say, no, not me, that's crazy, I would never. They're going to be like, no, that message doesn't resonate. I'm going to move on and listen to the next thing. I'm telling you, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the journey. Have a good freaking time. Be satisfied now. Figure out what it's going to take for you to be happy right now. It's about to peak in 2 minutes. I think it's raining. It might not be though, so I might go outside and try to see if I can find the moon. I love you. I do. And I want you to know that when I say I love you, I don't just say it like, you know, some people be like, oh, I love you, buddy. All right. Yeah, you're you. Okay, I love you too, buddy. No, when I say I love you, I'm not joking. I love people, like, for real. My clients, you guys are dope and you know it. Almost all of us have had some sort of experience or conversation where it's like we are probably related, or we would have a glass of, Brenda said that to me, I think. One of my moms, she was like, girl, me and you probably had, or just, I can't remember if she said in a past life we had wine, or that we would sit down and split a bottle of wine. I don't remember, and just laugh and cry. All I know is all my clients have this unique beauty to them. And I think I was judged enough my whole life that I understood. I was the type of person that I wouldn't mind hanging out with a person that had been kind of outcasted in high school and college, because I knew that it was probably something people were just like making up or being silly about. And I was always right. They were usually amazing. And sometimes I was that person. And it was always great when someone would just get to know me. And I want you to understand, like, I believe that if you follow me and listen to me talk for an hour, hour and a half, I mean, you gotta know it's real when I tell you that. So I love you. I believe in you. I know that you can do this. I know that you can forgive. I know you can make this shift. I know that you can find your faith and be strong. And I know that you can have fun. Remember? No, it's not this one. Where is it? Look at the little kid. Woo! Woohoo! Yeah! Oh yeah! All right! That's you. That's what I want to see. I want to see you laughing, joking around, having a good time. Having a good time, baby. I want to see it. I want to hear about it. I want to start to hear more and more of you saying, Grace, I found it. Oh, look at this. Now the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is right underneath. Oh, 9 and Queen is 10 of Pentacles. And remember the something was on, the Queen of Swords was on top, and then underneath was the 10 of Pentacles. So even there, this message of abundance is coming, but you know what? It requires you. It requires you to cultivate it. I want you to imagine a plant. What is your plant? My plant will be an aloe vera plant. Imagine a plant. What's your plant? Tell me in the chat. What's your plant? I might steal your idea. In the chat, what's your plant? Imagine your plant. All right, I see my plant, okay? I see it. From now on, I'm going to ask myself how my plant is doing. Instead of saying, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm going to say, how's my plant? And if my plant looked like it needs water, if my plant looked like it needs sun, if my plant looks like I need to go talk to it and whisper and say, you are the most beautiful plant in the whole wide world. I just love you. And you give me aloe vera juices all the time. I mean, gel. I don't know what it's called. Oh, you're so pretty. I love you. You're growing so big. If I have to go do that, guess what? I want you to start to see your spiritual plant. Grow it. Expand it. Talk to it. Love it. Make sure that you have a little moment where you say, how am I doing, every so often? Think about that. See, visualize your plant. That might even be a good meditation for some of you to fix your plant. Prune it. Get the leaves off. Actually, I have a Chinese bamboo plant back here. Maybe I should have made it that. But whatever it is, take a moment. And I want you from now on, if you remember this, if that really resonates, I want you to start to see your plant. I want you to start to cultivate it, spiritually speaking. By the end of this year, I'm going to have 67 aloe vera plants, because all you got to do to make another aloe plant is you got to just rip it off and then put it in and it'll sprout. So I'm going to have so many healthy aloe vera plants in my spiritual mind, in my garden. It's going to be dope. Aim for it. Come on. All right, guys. Oh, crap. I got to do this thing. Haha. Has it peaked? Oh, I like that. I like that. We have a plant for our peak. Okay. So the moon energy is perfectly aligned right now. It's beautiful. We're so excited. And so we're going to take a moment after this reading is over, and we're going to just enjoy ourselves. If you can go outside and ground, or maybe you stay inside and you just look out, or maybe you look on YouTube and see if there's a video that someone's posted of the moon. Whatever you got to do. Take a bath, whatever you like to do. We're going to do that, okay? But for now, Fiery Grace is going to be a good steward of her gifts, and she's going to tell you how to find her. The reading's over, so if you liked it and you're going to go because you already know what I'm about to do, go ahead and be out. I now have the application for long-term coaching up on my website. So if you're interested, go to my website and just type in long-term coaching in the search, or just look in my services. It's going to be on the very last page. So services, page 3, the last page, you'll see long-term coaching, and you can actually read a little bit more about becoming a coaching candidate, a coaching client with me. I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted. I'm an intuitive life strategist here on YouTube. I'm not a reader, but I'm real good at reading these cards, eh? I know. It's because I'm here to help. I'm here to help the collective. That's why I'm good at it. That's it. That's the only reason why. And you, if you truly believe that you're here to help too, whatever medium, whatever platform, whatever it is that you decide to do, you're going to be good at it as well. If you need help with it, I'm here to help you. If you don't need help with it, go do your damn thing. Stop sitting around. Get off your butt and do your job. Do it, do your job. So you can go to my website, thefierygrace.com. Whoever's readings I do tonight, y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh, Grace. But you can learn more about long-term coaching opportunities. You can purchase runes. You can purchase bookmark sets. All these different things will go towards my homeless ministry, which right now has been going towards giving amazing tips to all my Instacart deliveries. I give at least $100 to every person who delivers to my house now, because I cannot do my homeless ministry right now. So, but once the pandemic has lifted, my homeless ministry will likely have a channel, a Random Acts of Kindness channel, where I will have sponsors that are, giving us thousands of dollars, and we'll have a whole new thing with it. So that's okay. The pandemic is just helping me to revamp something that I've been doing for 15 years that is still too small, and so that's okay. But anything that you do donate or purchase that is a handmade good from me, it does go directly to blessing people in my community. And so I hope that you guys will be willing to support that if you're ever interested. By the way, every month, for the next, I think at least the next few months, I'm going to be giving away another one of those Master Manifestor gift sets. So some of you got to see the gift set and what was included in it. If you didn't, just go to my community tab, scroll down a couple pictures or posts, and you'll see. And basically, as long as you're in the US, I will mail you this gift set. I found out that the shipping is the same to Hawaii and Alaska. So even if you're in even if you're in Hawaii or Alaska, if you purchase something for $11.11 or more, you're automatically entered to win. And I'm going to pull 5 names and also give away some other stuff. But the gift set is going to go to whoever gets the first spot. So you also can just get readings, do phone sessions. Please remember though that I'm very, very popular for a reason. And if you are really excited to order a reading, just note that after I do a reading on YouTube, I usually get at least 10 orders. So I know that might be like, what? Yes, it's another reason why I've slowed down doing readings, because if not, my booking list, I wouldn't be able to handle it and it would become too stressful for me. So I do have space available. I should be able to get anything that's ordered now done within the month. It may even be as soon as the next week or so, but I do ask that you give me time, because I also work with people in crisis. That is the beautiful part about my ministry. So if you're interested in working with me and time, is really, really important to you, email me before you order, okay? And if you're like, no, Grace, I don't care, I want to get on the list. A lot of my clients already know if they want to kind of plan for a certain time, they get on the list and they get in the queue. Just go ahead and check out the website. I have all kinds of services available, not just readings. I also do coaching sessions, one-on-one, one-time coaching sessions. It doesn't have to be long-term, but I'm here to help in any way that I can. I have a variety of services available. I have exclusive readings that are pre-recorded. So if you haven't gotten the one for June yet, please, I already got him. Somebody just placed an order. Gracious. See, it begins. It begins. If you have not ordered an exclusive reading yet, go order them, because the June readings are almost gone. And once the July readings come, I will not be sending those out anymore. So if you've been thinking about it, you still have a chance to get those. And those are all under $12. $12.12 is the highest price of those. And those are like 30-minute to an hour-long readings, so that's awesome. And there's a love letter if you're interested. I also have readings that are, again, like shorter readings that are under $50, just so that if you really want a personalized reading, you can work with me. And then I have readings that are like, the contract reading is like $200, but it's a 90-minute reading that you can use basically for the lifetime. It's amazing. So these are all the different options I offer. Phone calls are cheaper than readings because I can be naked doing that. And like I have to wear clothes during these, you see, boo, clothes. So that's why my readings are, more expensive than my phone calls. My phone calls are cheaper, just in terms of how much I charge. So just to give you an idea, when you go to the website of what you're going to find, I can also send you an auto reply. If you email thefierygrace@gmail.com, you will get an auto reply back that walks you through what it's like to work with me. I accept PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Right now, there is a 16% off sale because my birthday is July 16th. I was born on a 777 portal. I was 21 inches long, and 7 pounds exactly. And I love telling people that for some reason. So I am a 7'7", I'm a 7, baby. And so, I don't know. But anyways, so if you're interested in making a purchase right now, there are some awesome sales going on. And I did decide to go ahead and allow those sales to be added on to the monthly specials as well. So there's some really, really good discounts available right now. I'll be sending out, again, at least 2 of the Master Manifestor sets this month. I'm going to send one on my birthday and then one again just for the month of July. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else you need to know? I think that's everything. I do have social media, but YouTube is the best place to work with me. Oh, so if you're interested in being a member and you can have those cool emojis that you might see people posting with, or you see some people have like their name is green and they have a badge next to their name. If you want to join the group, all you have to do is click the join button next to the subscribe button on my channel, and you can be a part of the fiery. I need your help, you guys. What are we going to be called? The flames. The fiery flames. I don't know what I'm going to be called yet, but I think that's everything. All right, I'm going to go see if this eclipse is seeable. What's that? Viewable. I'm going to see if it's still raining. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope that, I don't know, I hope this hits you. I hope that if maybe some of you just needed to be in the chat, maybe some of you just needed to hear certain things, but I hope that whatever it was that you needed to hear really clicked this time. Because again, if you choose to stay in the old energy, you can do that, but you're not there anymore. If you choose to be sad and if you choose, and again, I know that might be like, Grace, you don't know my life, but it's like, listen, I'm trying to tell you something here. The energy has shifted. You are in a new season. Like right now, the peak of the moon was it. Do you understand me? Yeah, there might be a couple days. We've got Mercury going direct on the 12th of July. Maybe you might need a couple more days to figure it out. But honey, it's time. Turn around, focus. Your destiny is unfurling as we speak. You are emerging. You are emerging into grace. Okay, I'm out of here. I love you. Thank you guys so much for